With golf season quickly approaching in most places around the country, it's already approached here in Scottsdale, Arizona, where we are live with Beef, Frankie, Trent, and myself. And it's brought to you all of it's brought to you by Chevy, who wants to help you make the most of every drive. The all-electric Equinox EV has it all, and this show has it all. Again, we're live. We know people prefer shows when we're in person, so we have a great show for the folks here today.
Great show, Beef. Love having you here. We get into... We just got off the golf course. We were at the Waste Management Phoenix Open Pro-Am, the Monday version of it. Trent and I played the golf course. We've got a lot of things to say about that. We obviously have a lot of things that happened out at Pebble Beach this week. And yeah, it is it's great.
Segments. We got a little segment.
We got a call-in on this show. We had a call-in. One of the more, we probably have less than 5 call-ins in the show's history.
Very special guest.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Special guest.
And this was an impressive one.
We come up with some new segments. Yeah, it's a great show, and it's all thanks to Chevy. We come out here, we have these huge events. We're here at the Waste Management. We've got all these great partnerships. To have Chevy at the helm of this thing, Chevrolet, a great American brand. The cars have been around for over 100 years. For us to be able to say that and be partnered with a brand like that is so huge, and it's very apparent when you're at events like this and you get to see all the stuff we get to do.
Folks have to see the 17.7-inch diagonal standard touchscreen display. It's the best in class with the Equinox EV. The Equinox EV 2025 LT has a starting price around $34,995. Your pricing may vary as dealers set the final price. Head over to Chevy.com/Equinox EV to check out product info, lease offers, and amazing deals. The Equinox EV accommodates with comfortable seating for up to 5 people. No compromises interior. It's phenomenal. That is Chevy.com/Equinox EV. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
If I wore that, I would look like a slob, and people would be like, there'd be nobody on the side of, let this guy keep wearing it.
They would be like, gross, get him off
right.
Of the
but
property.
Jason Day, he did look cool wearing it, and I think that was a big part of it.
Fore-play, presented by Barstool Sports, brought to you by our great friends at Chevrolet. Chevy, together, let's drive. We're live in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're back in my place, so if people are watching on YouTube and you've seen this before, we're at my humble abode. Mm-hmm. We've got Beef, myself, Frankie, Trent. You guys have had a hell of a day. You guys played in the Pro-Am today at the WM Phoenix Open.
Pro-Ams are a grind.
The Arizona heat is... unrelenting is the word that I would use.
Today was the hottest day we've had in a long time.
Because there's no shade. There's really no trees out on that golf course. There's really no clouds to be found in Arizona.
There was no wind today.
There's no wind, and it's just a pure heat. And for anybody who's ever played in Pro-Ams, or if you haven't, they take a long time.
6.5 hours today.
Yeah, it's just a lot
an outrageous number to play golf.
I think we tried to battle the sun today, and the sun won.
I agree.
Undefeated.
Definitely fun. Waste Management, Phoenix Open, Pro-Am. It was the Monday version of it, so it was kind of like timid. There wasn't the biggest names in the field. Not that many fans there, but enough to definitely get you nervous. Obviously, all the grandstands and the surroundings are all up, and the music's bumping and stuff. But I can't even imagine playing this golf course when it's ripping. Hundreds of thousands of people in here, all drunk. Couple hundred people would be following us, or maybe on a hole that we were on, and you hear so much, it's rattling.
Yeah, I really can't even imagine. Like the Wednesday Pro-Am, when all those AMs are going up to the 16th hole, that's got to be nerve-wracking. There were maybe, like you were saying, maybe a couple hundred, maybe less than that, and you could just hear every single word they were saying. But it was really fun. I'd never played that golf course before, and we had a good time.
Yeah. The actual greens were very difficult, it looked like.
Fast. So firm, so fast. It's just been, this is the fore-play way. It's like you really can't complain about it. It's like the greatest thing of all time. We get to play the coolest courses. But like the last few rounds that we've played have been right before professional golf tournaments at Pro-Ams, and it's just like hard to get your feet under you. The last round I played was Torrey Pines. And then the Waste Management Phoenix Open, where it's like I don't even know if I know how to putt the ball right now. It's the second round of the year. My first 2 rounds of the year were at Torrey Pines the day before the event, and then all of a sudden this. So it's definitely hard golf, but I really enjoyed that course. I maybe it's because it's like all set up for a tournament. It didn't feel as deserty as some of the other ones. I bet because of all the grandstands were covering it.
Little, yeah. The back nine at that golf course is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That whole stretch, almost the entire back nine, but especially, I mean, the 10th hole is wild because you're right in the mix.
Yeah.
So, you guys, I was on that tee with you guys today, and there are, even on a Monday, it's like right next to Greenskeepers, which is basically the club.
Yep.
It's like a nightclub on the golf course today. So the 10th tee is right next to that. You've got a big walkway that goes right through basically the end of the tee box. And so it just, even though those people don't really care what you're doing, they're just on their way to that club. It like is packed with people. And then right behind the 10th green is the 12th or the 16th hole. So it's like giant stadium, chaos everywhere. And then I would say from 11 all the way through 18 are the best holes on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
Like that 11th hole, that par 4 is so sick. That slight dogleg right, water down the left, probably the hardest hole on the course.
Fucked me.
It's a
You got
hard
bad
hole.
break there. You had a money shot and just took way too much spin to the left and just jumped in the water.
Yeah, it's like it's hard out there because you don't. It must be the course architecture. There's certain spots, like you're saying on 11, where it's a dogleg right, but if you don't hit the right side of the fairway, everything feeds into the water left.
Yep.
So it's like you hit one right down the middle, you're high-fiving people, you get up there, and the marshal's like, yep, it went right into the water right here. You're like, are you kidding me?
And it's a long hole, so you have to hit a good drive.
And then the same thing on 15.
15,
15 is like you have a blanket length to land that thing.
You had two good shots, both those holes that hit wrong speed slots and just ended up in the drain.
Which is good golf course architecture, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, those holes are very, and it's like credit to you hitting bold shots down there that got a bad break because it's easy to just bail out on the other side.
Yeah.
But then you're kind of fucked that way. You make like a bogey, but you didn't hit it in the water. But that whole back nine, I think the front nine of that golf course is wildly just kind of nothing.
Yeah.
It's really not that exciting. I think when people, because it's probably the number one request I get is, hey man, we're coming out for a bachelor party golf trip. What are the courses that we should play? And we always kind of tell people, hey, TPC charges the most. It's like $500 to play TPC.
That's crazy.
And I think the back 8 holes are awesome. And the other, 10, 11, whatever it is, are like fine and not that exciting versus like Greyhawk, Weekopa, Dinosaur Mountain. Like there's a lot of courses that we're obsessed with. And that's sort of the MO. So to be out there again and walking it, that's in phenomenal shape. Don't get me wrong. But it's kind of got houses surrounding it. And the first, like I said, 9, 10 holes, I think are kind of forgettable. But it also, it's like when we were at the old course St. Andrews, I think there's 3 holes there that are unlike any experience on the planet. And the rest are kind of like, for me, fine. But you can't really beat that. I also think like playing those holes that you guys played today with the grandstands up and all that is a top 5 experience in golf that you almost can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, you're playing in a stadium.
So
It's
sick.
TGL for real golf.
Right.
It's like an actual
Right.
stadium golf.
What did you think, Beef? You were out there with us.
Even
You
if-
didn't play, but you walked with us.
Yeah, so like even further, like the final 4 holes are so fun to watch just from risk reward because you have a short par 5 and 15, then you're hitting inside the stadium on 16, right? Everybody's going crazy.
Yep.
Short par 4 on 17, and then total risk reward on 18 with the water on the left, bunkers on the right hand side. I don't know if there's a stop on tour that has a better 4-hole finish.
Sawgrass is right up
Sawgrass
there.
is pretty good.
Probably the only one, honestly. That's like
That's got a pretty good finish too.
that's that interesting.
16, 17, 18 is really hard to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But that's
But
the way I'd rank it up there.
I'm with you, and I think the 17th hole. Everybody over the last 10, 15 years has talked so much about drivable par 4s. Every good course has to have a drivable par 4 now. I think that might be the best one on tour.
Which one?
I
That
really like that
17th hole.
Yeah.
I like that
We
hole.
played it up today, so we were hitting like 3 woods into it. But yeah, coming down after 16 and getting through that gauntlet, if you're like coming down, you're coming down the stretch, you're trying to win this thing. Who won last year? Nick Taylor.
Yeah.
Like you're Nick Taylor, you go through 16, you got 100. How many people fit on the 16th hole? Is it 100,000 people?
It's a lot of people. I don't know if it's quite 100, but
no,
it's
it
a
can't be
lot of
100.
people.
100,000 is a
It might be
fucking big
30 or
house.
40,000 people.
And there's 4 levels. It's pretty big. Anyway, you get through 16, all of a sudden you're on 17, like you're saying. Like you got to go for that green.
Yeah.
Like you got to try and drive it. You can never let up.
Well,
I don't know that you can really let up at any tournament you're trying to win, but this one in particular, they make you go for it.
No,
which
but
I
and
really
that hole,
like.
that 17th hole historically has made for an interesting tournament.
Yeah.
Like guys have to make a decision.
Right.
Some guys blow it through the green and it's like, oh my God.
There's
Yeah.
water above, like beyond the green.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And to the
Who
left.
blew through it a couple years ago? Was it Ricky?
Oh God, yeah, I know. They hit a great shot. Just got the wrong bounce.
Oh, wasn't
and
that
just skipped
Sawhith?
through the green? Might have been
No.
Sawhith.
Yes,
thought
it
it was-
was.
I thought it was before he was around.
No, it was
even.
Sawhith, man. Yeah, hit the front of the green, like rolled through and went into the water. Wasn't his dad like following him?
I remember that. I can't remember if he just hit it left or if he hit one that went through the green. But I know exactly the shot that you're talking about, where it gets the wrong kick, it looks fine, and then as you guys
Dude,
saw,
I think that was Sawhith.
it might have been Sawhith. But
No,
how
there was.
fast
I
those
know what you're
greens
talking
are,
about,
dude.
but there was one years ago,
Okay.
where I think it was Ricky, and he was involved. I don't know if it was him, but somebody blew it through the green, and it was like this tournament just got way more interesting.
It is a great point that it is a very rare, I think, elite design or whatever the hell you want to call it, that it almost forces everyone to go for it.
correct.
Like no one really just lays up there. Whereas I think there are plenty of short air quotes. I'm doing air quotes if you're not watching. Air quotes par fours that really the math doesn't work out or the stats or whatever, and they all just lay up.
Right.
And that when they first redid that hole at Sawgrass, whatever it is, 12 or 13, whenever they first redid that, I remember that they basically were like, well, if there's a certain pin here, everyone in the field is going to lay up. And if there's a certain pin there, everyone in the field is going to go for it. And there were certain days where you're like, this hole just sucks. Everyone's hitting 5-iron off the tee and then a little flip wedge in, and that's not exciting. And I would actually say like the third hole at Pinehurst number 2 is that way, where 90% of the time it's actually a very boring hole because everyone just hits a 5-iron in the fairway and then they hit like a 110-yard wedge shot, and it's not that sweet. And at the U.S. Open this last year, the one day that they played it up was on Saturday, and everybody was driving the green, and it made it a lot more interesting. The 17th hole at this course, TPC, has done it just right, where the only person I've ever seen of like high caliber layup was your guys pro today.
Yeah.
Todd Demsey, shout
Todd
out.
Dempsey, shout
And
out.
he made birdie.
He makes his own clubs. He was using a persimmon, a Dempsey persimmon
3-wood.
putter and 3-wood. He putts with like a hybrid, a wooden hybrid persimmon wood.
Interesting guy. Said maybe 4 words all
That's
day, but not in
more
like
than
a
he said
dick
to me.
way.
No,
He was just super chill and was just kind of going about his day.
He's not playing in the tournament on Thursday, right?
Which I didn't really fully understand. I think that in order to fill multiple pro-ams, they bring people in that have
Like a
he
local pro.
played golf at ASU. I think he played pro for a little bit. I
He's
don't
got
really know.
six-
all the details.
61 career PGA Tour starts. Like the guy's
Wow.
been on
Is that
tour.
right?
61 career.
Wow.
That's not nothing.
He drove it great.
He did.
He I was looking up his bio. He won the Utah Open in '98, the Cal Open, and the Arizona Open all in the same year.
What a year. 98.
Stud.
So like the guy could play. I mean,
Yeah,
Clearly.
he
He drove the
definitely
ball
showed
well
he could
today.
play.
Oh, I mean, he was the best one by far.
He was
out of
putting
us.
with a putter that would have been considered high caliber 100 years ago.
Correct.
And putting great, dude.
putted
It
amazing.
was like rolling it.
his short game was fantastic. I mean, like he definitely saved his shots around the green, chipped well, rolled
I've
the ball
seen him
well.
around town because he's an ASU guy and lives around here. And I've met him a few times. So we were chatting a little bit, but I didn't realize like he almost apologized for using a regular like human 2025 driver.
Yeah.
Like he was like, yeah, this is like, I'm just using this today. 'Cause I was like, all right, dude. Like,
You can use it.
Yeah, it was
it's
great.
allowed.
It's embarrassed.
he also on the second hole, I hope we have footage of the second hole. He played so fast that he just hit right over the marshal holding the don't hit thing and hit it right into the whole crowd in front of us. Like by crowd, I mean group that was in the middle.
Oh,
of
I
the
actually do remember that. Yeah.
I was like
yeah.
watching a car wreck. I was like, is this guy really hitting? Is he
Right.
really hitting right now?
And Beef
And
came
then-
over to me. And he's like, did he really just hit? I'm like, well, I think that's what I witnessed.
And
was
then
a
when
golf
we were
swing.
about to hit, the guy holding the stakes was like, "You're gonna have to wait because they're literally right there." And I was like, "Todd doesn't care."
Dude, then we got up there and Todd's ball was down that hill. And those people were at the top of the hill. So, I mean, he hit it. Not only did he hit it to them, he hit it 50 yards past them. It was
I
amazing.
mean, yeah, it's a great experience for him to be out there and playing in a pro-am, but like for him playing 6.5 hours, just being like a plug-and-play pro-am, basically holding our hand from hole 1 to 18, that's a tough day out there.
Yeah. You can see how those
For a guy that's
things
been around the block like that.
Yeah. You can understand how those things can be a slug
Totally.
for the pros. It's a long
Absolutely.
I
day.
heard Joel Damon was out there today. What the hell was he doing?
he
on Monday,
he said he
playing
played
in
this
a
morning, yeah.
Pro-am, like
I know.
God, that guy's so nice.
He
Doesn't
is
say
nice.
no to anything.
We're going to miss his taco night, which is a bummer.
I know. Yeah, if you're listening to this and you're in the Arizona area, we have a DraftKings event tonight. It's open to the public, right?
I don't
No,
know. Wow.
I don't think it is. I think I remember
Private
looking back
show
at the
with the
email and
fellas?
it's saying 150 like invite only.
Holy shit!
It's amazing.
I would have to look at my email, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So not open to the public.
DraftKings VIPs?
Might be.
Okay.
Like when we were out here when we saw Oz Perlman in real life. Might be something similar.
That kind of crew?
I invited Mike
don't know.
Essie and TaylorMade people, so I don't know.
Attaboy.
I think we got some invites to give.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully you get like a token like they don't accept. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, but Joel Damon invited us over for tacos, Taco Tuesday. And I was like, we can't go, man.
I went to a Taco Tuesday at Joel's house a couple of years ago.
Really?
And it was when the Netflix team was there. And I was trying to peripherally figure out where the cameras were so that I could like beat. And I was just not in a single shot. I don't know how that's possible. It was like a backyard hangout.
Did
You
we
were
get?
scouting it out, and you're like, I'm going to be in this shot, I'm going to be in that shot, I'm going to be in that
That's
shot.
all I was trying to
Putting
do.
your arm around Joel. Hey,
I
buddy.
wouldn't leave him alone. I was like a fly.
We were supposed to get him a hat
We can still get him hats.
today.
That can still happen.
Okay.
Not today, but maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll get him all the hats.
He wants
Yeah.
he wants Barstool hats. Make sure. So you're not going to come to the DraftKings event tomorrow, but make sure that you are seeing us at the tent. We'll be at the tent. Beef will be there. I'll be there. Riggs will be there. Trent will be there. We'll be at the tent all day. It'll be fun. It's a fun time. It's just really good vibes here at this event. It really is.
I'm happy we're getting good weather this year.
Good weather. A lot of bachelor parties. Like you know, they got rained out last year. That sucked to see. You know, everyone was making the best of it, but it sucked.
It was like hail. Remember that?
Yeah.
At one point? It was cold.
And we
That was
talk
a
about it a
nightmare.
lot, like big golf trips like this, especially like an event like this where you're basing your whole year around it. To get that kind of messed up by the weather is I hate to see that. So this is perfect.
Perfect weather.
It's nice. Phoenix Open. Check us out again in the tent. We got all kinds of good stuff in the tent all week. It's a very loud noise. What is
What's
that?
that? That's a plane.
It's a little plane here.
Someone, I think they're
That plane
pulling
is,
like
like, rattling.
some sort of.
Oh, they're playing.
Is it
they're
a banner
pulling
plane?
something. Pulling some sort of supplies, Trent?
No, look up. What's this guy in a cart?
How far does he got to go, you think?
He's got maybe 9 more seconds.
Oh, it's getting quieter.
I thought
no.
that was that plane.
There was a plane
making
though at
that
the same
rattling.
time though. There was a plane that flew over.
There's a lot going on
lot of-
outside.
yeah.
I
Happy-
asked
it's a
if
Happy
I
Valley.
It is. The
going
valley's
on.
buzzing. This Kierland area has got a lot of action.
It's a lot going
I
on.
wanted to sit out here, and that might have caused an issue, and I
I
apologize.
don't think
for
so.
that.
It's nice. We're also getting beautiful colors behind you as the sun starts to dip.
Yeah, how's that looking on the video? Nice, Alex? Good.
Look good, Alex.
There's a lot going on with planes.
I had like a rough day flying yesterday, just because I was flying out of PBI in Florida, and right as we were about to take off, they shut the airport down because POTUS was flying out.
Oh.
They just shut it right down.
Sends everything to a tizzy.
What's that? Yeah,
Sends
threw
everything to a tizzy.
And then, so I barely made my connection in Atlanta. And I know there's a lot of airport stuff going on. Everybody who's watching the news knows that.
Yeah.
But
How bad of a day would you say it was?
I know it wasn't that bad. I got to my final destination. But when we were
Totally.
pushing back in Atlanta, the whole plane shut down. Literally, electrical went out, and I was
The
like,
plane shut down.
"Yeah." And I was
Wow.
like, "We got to go.
Just-
Let's get off this plane." So we did. And I got into Arizona at like 3 a.m. last night.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big delay.
Really
but
late.
again, not that serious.
I've been sick
compared
to my
everything that's
stomach
going
over
on.
this plane crash.
Same.
in DC. Like
same.
legitimately sick to my stomach.
It's horrific.
Like couldn't go on with my day for multiple reasons. Obviously, just distraught at the thought of innocent lives just being blink gone. They don't even know what's going on. You have the window shades down. 1 second, boom, it's over. Young, just like athletes on there too. Just like they just so aspiring superhumans, basically.
That part has been very hard.
Just
And,
like doing the right thing, really, really great people, and just like gone. And yeah, I don't know, man. And then you like struggle with the idea of like we fly a ton. So
ton.
it's like the flight anxiety is through the roof, and you shouldn't live like that because like this happened in 2001. No one wanted to fly anymore. Like every time there's a tragedy like this, you freak out, and then you got to resort to the stats, and then all of a sudden you start thinking about stats after a tragedy like this. You're like, well, like I'll be like, I'm really scared and like upset that this plane went down. Everyone's like, well, it's still like safer than driving a car. Well, I'm like, well, I also like this plane just went down in the middle of DC.
Right,
Like
right.
I don't know. You can't just like overlook that. I know that the stats.
I also think the accident part of it is scary.
bad math.
It's just-
it's like that's scary.
Yeah.
Bad like elevation math, like that's nuts.
Yeah,
I feel like an asshole bringing up my airplane thing now, but
no, I don't think it's fair.
You're allowed
You know,
to
it
have
happened
bad
to you.
airport.
Still
I got
happened to
in.
you,
I
right?
got in late, and I had to play a Pro-Am off like 3 hours of sleep.
It
Like,
was a
like,
bad airport experience.
You had a bad airport experience. Nobody expects you to be walking around with a giant smile on your face. Like, this
Okay.
was great. Like,
All
that's
right.
totally understandable. But I'm with you, Frankie. It really did, like, Wednesday and all into Thursday morning really, like, dramatically changed those couple days and ever since. And seeing all the footage that the footage is shocking. And nowadays in 2025, I mean, we have footage of everything.
Yeah.
So you see
Everything.
the footage. The footage is so horrific. Like, it led to all kinds of conversations with me and my family and my friends about, like you're saying, like the ages of the people that passed away, the way that it happens, how abruptly it happens, how accidental it was, the fact that we take 80 to 100 flights a year per person is like, you're just going to have to do that, right? So like, I was literally on Friday. I mean, that happened Wednesday night. It's like Friday, I was taking that exact same kind of plane from like Colorado back to Arizona.
Yeah.
Like basically the exact American Airlines, like smaller chartered or whatever they call it, type affiliate type flight. And so it makes you just be like, oh my God, that's no different than that could happen to absolutely anyone at any point. And I've been listening to a couple different like news podcasts over the last couple of days. And they made the point of, I think they said like CNN's highest ratings weekly are always around a plane crash. And so then they were going through talking about why that is. And they were going to talk about like, well, everybody flies. It's relatable to everybody. The demographics of those who are victims during like a plane crash are so widespread that it sort of affects everyone. And it was a good point because like you said, there's obviously a lot of bad things that happen. There's a lot of news that occurs that you sort of witness. But for whatever reason, that one, when it hit, was like jarring and stops you in your tracks for days.
Well, it's just so unique too, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many more flights that happen, right? And like, the last big one was obviously 2001. And then before that, it was probably at that same airport, right? 85, I think it was. They said the news.
I did see some stats. It had been, in 20 something years since there had been in the U.S. like an accident of that kind of like proportion.
Because I think San Francisco had one where like it didn't reach the remember like
I do
the bottom
vaguely
of the
remember
plane
that,
like hit.
Near
Yeah,
air
that's right.
collisions.
Yeah, but
Right?
no, I think
He was landing, though.
I think it like didn't hit the runway, like because it's like right by the water, and like remember that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. And it
The
went
bottom
off
of
the runway or
went off
something.
the runway, but I think people survived that.
Well, yeah, it wasn't as deadly. by the
Yeah, I mean the
numbers or
problem
whatever.
is that it was a mistake on a thing that like we are demanding can't be a mistake because we
Yeah.
are all just like sitting in that plane trying to get to a new destination, and like we've trusted this system with like there can't be a mistake here. Just like when you go in to get surgery, you're like today there can't be a mistake or else I'm dead.
It's amazing when you talk. Like flying is a great example, but there's a lot of different things about how much we blindly just trust others
Humans.
in that situation. Like when you fly, think about how many different people and jobs and system related things that you're just blindly trusting that have to go properly. And you're just sitting there reading a book or listening to a podcast, and then they do go properly and everything's fine. And I even think about that when I drive down the road, especially if you drive down like a 2-lane road where it's just one car coming, and you're like, I'm blindly trusting all of these people. If one of those people just swerves into me head on, it's over.
It's over.
And you're just trusting those people. You know what I mean?
You're Jersey Jerry walking through the airport with no bags and just
Yeah.
trusting
Right.
that it's all going to wind up at your destination.
right.
No bags.
Outrageous
What was
move.
his
Off the
expla-
carousel?
What's his explanation for that?
Jersey Jared, he doesn't bring a carry.
wagon's back.
The wagon's back.
What kind of? Can you describe the contents of the wagon?
Is this a double-decker card? Is this...
Is it a
Utility cart?
Is it one of those like laundry ones?
Now there's two guys pushing the wagon.
Oh.
We picked
Clearly
up-
it's metal-based. We can hear that.
Can people hear that?
Oh yeah.
It's a wagon?
It's I don't
there's
know.
Is
a
it
little
right
red
underneath
wagon?
us, or is it 8 floors down?
It's on the ground.
I can't. It sounds like it's right there.
It's going by the pool.
Sounds like it's to your left.
Somebody's ordering room service on the most rickety metal
Man, that really
wagon.
that is. You got a beautiful view out there. Look at those
It's
mountains.
an
those
amazing view. The
sunsets
mountains go forever.
Really nice.
I didn't think of.
Is that a motorcycle?
I think
It's
that's
just a lot of noises right now.
Shouldn't have sat outside. And I apologize. For
No,
that.
no. You're good.
But yeah, obviously thoughts and prayers with everyone that's been affected. It's really sickening stuff, and you just hope. Unfortunately, with incidents like this, it seems that things are usually like, corrected, and after 2001, a lot of security stuff changed for the better. And now you got to think that like somehow this just never happens again. Hopefully, I mean, you got to keep living, man. I don't know what else to tell you.
Did you guys see the article? I think that was posted in like November. That was basically, it was like there's an impending massive tragedy coming because of all these FAA like close calls and issues.
I told Trent that on the course today. I was listening to a Tim Dillon podcast. He had the Bad Friends on, Santino and Bobby Lee, and under his breath, like just like he's like, oh, and Tim Dillon's so funny the way he talks, but he's like, by the way, there's gonna be a disaster soon with the planes. This was like last Wednesday. He's like, something's happening for sure. He's like, that's a nightmare. And he just kind of brushed it off. He's like, that is a nightmare what's going on.
I think Riggs's article, I think it said something like 1,000, over 1,000 near collisions this year.
So I know one of my buddies sent this, and it said it was in November 20th, 2024, and it's now got 10 million views, this tweet. But it said, "'Tis the season for holiday travel, which makes it the perfect time to drop, blah, 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 blah. Over the past 4 years, the FAA is plagued by outdated technology and a shift towards we're not going to get into the political stuff. The aviation industry has never felt more unsafe, from aircraft malfunctions mid-flight to an alarming increase in near misses." Again, a little bit of political, but then it essentially says, here is our documentary about basically the countdown to the next aviation disaster.
God.
I think this is probably a podcast that people listen to when they travel, and that's the tough. It's going to be a tough listen for those folks.
Well, I guess to Frankie's point, though, it's you're hoping that like there's nothing you can do about it now. There's horrible tragedy. Hopefully, everybody's getting as much support and love as they can possibly get. But you hope that if there is a positive that can come from it, it's like they correct this, whatever the hell led to this type of stuff, and is leading to all these near misses, so that it makes everything safer going forward. Because
there's bad shit all around, man. It's bad. You just got to keep moving. You could stay in your house and never fly, and then your house could get burned down because someone lit a fire, 6 freaking miles away, and it just engulfed all of LA in flames. It's like there's a lot of bad stuff. I sound like Debbie Downer, but it's like at the end of the day, that should be a little bit more like, all right, like what are we supposed to do? You just got to live. You got to live. You got to live.
True. I agree with that.
A lot of chatter on this show about going to events, especially because we are at one of the most fun events to go to on the golf calendar all year. I have about as much fun as you could possibly have. It's in my hometown. It's a great time. Game Time is going to get you out of your home and at more events around you, because it is the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, and you know how much we love Game Time. We love getting out of the house. We love talking about those experiences, and now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff. We don't like the fluff, so we filter it out to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Anything better than going to a fun event, gentlemen?
The best. The
Nothing
absolute
better.
best. And there's so many different events. You can go to hockey games, basketball games, baseball games. You can go to concerts. You can go to plays. There's so many different things you can go see. You can go to live podcasts. Kill Tony is at, I think it's in New York City. That I think it might even be on Valentine's Day is what I saw. So yeah,
really?
There's a lot of things
Romantic.
that are happening. There's a lot of things that are happening out there. Live events are always popping off in your area. Make sure you go to the Game Time. They filter out all the nonsense and they give you the best prices right there on the app.
I'm looking at Broadway in Chicago is here in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Phoenix Theater, we're talking, we got Wednesday night, Thursday night, looking at all kinds
Phoenix
of cool
has great
options.
comedy. They
Very
have that,
good.
what do they call it? The Round. A lot of the guys perform their specials out here in
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I know Nate
Nate did, yep.
Mr.
Someone else
Bergassi
just
did.
did too recently.
But yeah, Game Time, they're going to help you get to the events that you would like to go to, and just go check. Like Frankie has said many times before, just make it part of your app rotation. And just when you're doing the doom scroll, just make sure you pull up Game Time and do that, because it's going to get you away from scrolling, and it's going to get you at fun events. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use our code FORE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code FORE for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. For us, golf is very simple. It is the chance to get out and have some fun with our friends. Inevitably, things can get in the way. You could have work bogging you down. You could have personal relationships bogging you down. Maybe your friends are bitching at you, or the group in front of you or behind you is bitching at you. Maybe it's cart path only, which can ruin your day. But all you got to do is crack open a nice or I guess rip open, peel open, twist open, a nice 50 milliliter Fireball nip, and all your problems go away.
I think it could be a crack too, the way that it cracks.
It does do a nice
The
crack.
seal does crack.
Seal cracks.
It's a good point. The seal has to crack, otherwise, what do we do? You know,
Otherwise, I would be nervous about what's going
or
on.
you'd just be kissing the bottle. Pretty, you wouldn't
Just
be
the taste
drinking.
of it. Just for me at this point, you know how like you can train a dog that like when they do something, you feed them, and then like
It's Pavlovian,
Pavlovian.
right?
Is that the word?
Yeah, like the scene in The Office when
Yes.
Jim does it to Dwight with the Altoids.
Yes, exactly. That's how I'm starting to get with Fireball, where it's like when I make a birdie, my mouth yearns for a Fireball, and if I don't have one around, I'm like something's missing. You know what I mean? Because we've had so many Fireball nips after making birdies over the last year or so. There's a car just going nuts in the background.
We
of
have
this
determined
podcast.
that they happen to be filming, which seems like a logistical problem. They shouldn't have done that. They happen to be filming Fast and Furious
Yeah.
during the Phoenix Open.
have
But
to.
yeah, no. Fireball for me has just become synonymous with good times on the golf course. It's really as simple as that.
I agree. Fireball's iconic cinnamon flavor taste, fire. It goes down easy, making it the ultimate crowd pleaser, and that's just a fact right there. Anytime beverage cart pulls up, somebody orders a round of Fireball shots. If you don't have them already, it just gets everybody going. It makes everything more fun. If you're really feeling like upping the ante on the course this weekend, at home this weekend, watching golf this weekend, make sure to grab the new Fireball Birdie Shot Club. It is literally a golf club filled with Fireball nips.
You got to wear an all sweatsuit at Pebble Beach if you're Jason Day. What'd you guys think of that?
I love it.
I do too.
He's
I
won
love
me
it.
over.
I'm obsessed with it. I honestly, it's a little bit of, I was talking with Quinn, our boy Quinn, who works merchandise team in the tent today, because I posted that video of us wearing, we have an exclusive varsity letter jacket kind of thing that we're selling.
love
Like a
that
NASCAR jacket.
Yeah.
NASCAR jacket, and I posted a video, and then I didn't look. I looked for about an hour. About an hour later, I saw a bunch of the replies, and Quinn's like, "How's it going? How's the reception?" I was like, "To be honest with you, I think it's kind of the reception that we're looking for." And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Half of people fucking hate it, and half the people are like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. I need one." And it reminded me of Jason Day in Melbourne, where it was like, I think in the fashion world, that's kind of the goal.
I would also say, as a guy who has been lucky enough to play Pebble Beach a couple times, that's how you want to play Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
I want to be in I want to be in a sweatsuit, comfortable as hell, chill as hell. Just feels like the right vibe. I know. Listen, it was very controversial. People were on either side of it. I loved it.
Beef.
I don't know how the first tee person allowed him to play the golf course. Like, I get you guys love it. I think it's terrible.
Why do you think it's terrible?
I'm not
Speak your mind.
surprised that you think that, Beef. That's fine. You're allowed
Well,
to think.
and
That's
I,
great.
I will say it this way too. Like, I thought the same way when hoodies were first in the scene.
Okay.
And we had this conversation, like, what stops somebody from wearing just a Chicago Bears hoodie now, right? With that on
Where's
there
this
instead
coming
of,
from?
like,
Like, what's the basis of this? Is just to preserve, just like
yeah, I think we
what
still have
golf-
to keep golf the way that golf needs to be.
right.
I mean, yes, I think sooner or later we're gonna have shorts on the tour. That's gotta have to happen sooner or later, right? But like,
I agree.
we got
with that.
guys wearing sweatpants out there. What are we gonna do next? Like basketball shirts and jerseys and like.
I don't disagree with that. You make a good point.
You make a great point. It's almost so. I know what Frankie's saying, where it's like, well, why? Like, who gives a fuck? Why can't you just wear whatever the hell you want to wear? But then I would also say, I also think there are certain restaurants that like,
Yeah.
you should go into dressed a certain way, so you can make the same argument of like, why wouldn't you just be as comfortable as you can? It's like, well, it's like a respect. It's a whatever. It's like there's a reason you should dress a certain way. So I kind of understand it. I kind of like it from a sense of like, honestly, if I'm thinking now, like if I booked the tee time, brought some buddies out there, and then one of them showed up like that, I might be like, dude, no, you can't dress like that.
Let me put it this way.
But I kind of like that Jason Day did it as a fuck you kind of thing.
If it's not the pants, are we just playing in graphic T-shirts all day? Like,
So the same point that you're making, where it's like, where's the end? I was making the point for it, where I was like, well, they've already allowed joggers, so now we're just going to complain about like the fabric. It's too soft now. We're really going to start
Too
deciding.
comfortable?
So, but see, I'm doing that, but then I'm ending it there, and you're going on being like, oh, so now it's sweatpants. What's next? Short, like mesh shorts.
yeah, pretty.
So, yeah, I do understand at some point you need to draw the line. I don't think that Jason Day and Malbin wants to get to the point where it's like outrageously disrespectful to the game, they're definitely teetering on the line, though.
Yeah, and if they get fined, Melbourne will obviously pay for it. They got great publicity from all of it. Like,
Yeah.
right, Jason Day was at Augusta, and they said take that thing off.
Yeah,
and,
they
and
did
that
do
already
that.
happened. So, you know,
I
it's
think
good.
they loved that.
It might just be the marketing play.
I think he just looked so good in it that it's
He
hard
did.
for me to not want that to be
Right, like
acceptable.
that's a good point. If I wore that, I would look like a slob, and
Oh.
people would be like, there'd be nobody on the side of
Same.
let this guy keep
like
wearing
an
this.
astronaut.
They would be like, gross, get him off.
Right,
of the
but
property.
Jason Day, he did look cool wearing it, and I think that was a big part of it.
He looks cool as fuck, dude.
He looks so comfortable.
He looks happy and like
His
Yeah.
tan and his facial hair.
Trevor
looks
Illman did have a
perfect.
good line about him losing his luggage.
so good.
I that made me laugh, but I'm also on the side of Jason Day looks so comfortable,
And he
looks-
responded. He's like, "Lost my luggage."
Yeah, he's laughing about it.
He doesn't care.
I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I did. I don't know if I said it on the show, but I was on the same flight with Steven Malbin, who owns and runs it and the whole deal, to I think it was it was maybe the Players Championship, something last year. We were on the same flight, and then afterwards we're waiting for our bags together. And he's a very he does the podcast, he's a very chill guy, but he's very into the Malbin stuff, and he just kind of got on the subject of talking about what Jason Day's been wearing, which I was happy to indulge and be a part of it. But he was showing me pictures on his phone, and I don't think he'll care that I'm saying this, of Jason Day sending him selfies with the fits on, being like, basically playing into it, being like, this will get him going, or
Yeah.
I fucking love this,
Right.
or whatever. Like, it wasn't, and when he had that quote from a week or two ago where he was like, we're not scripting him at all. He has all the stuff and he just chooses what to wear. A year ago, he verified the same thing to me in private, where he was like, Jason has whatever he wants, and he sends me selfies of him rocking fits, being like, this is fucking fire. And
Yeah.
it might be him in a fucking corduroy sweatsuit. It might be him in a cool, whatever. But that's just kind of how he rocks that brand. And it is cool, but it's not for everybody.
What are we going to see him in next? Is the next question. Like,
Yeah, what's the next stage?
what's
of
the
this?
next iteration of like J Day's outfit?
A dress,
Are we playing in golf sandals now? And like,
Yeah,
barefoot.
you have to draw the line somewhere. You have to. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, well, would it ever get to a point where, like, a tour event would not allow him to play?
The Masters didn't. They made
Well,
him take it off.
even if you wear shorts right now to a tour event, you get stroked until I think you have 5 minutes to change out of it. Yeah,
Is that right?
Is that right?
I think it is. We'll have to look it up. Do the math on that one. I don't know who's ever looking at it, but like,
Jared, look that
why
up.
has somebody not worn shorts yet? Because I'm pretty sure
Jerry,
you
do
get
it,
penalty
man.
strokes, and then after a certain
Crunch those
time
numbers,
limit,
Jared.
after a certain time limit, you just get DQ'd for wearing improper
Every
attire.
5 minutes you get a stroke.
Right, like, so but what you're essentially saying though is what Jason Day wore at Pebble doesn't follow under those under those guidelines.
Yeah, somebody had to have said yes
He
to it.
thinks it should have.
Like, I thought he should have. Yeah, go change your pants, buddy. Go knock those things off. Get out of your pajamas and let's put on some clothes.
Hi, Cody Frankie, head golf professional. Go change your fucking outfit.
Yeah. Welcome to the tee
It
today,
is
sir.
interesting though that they don't allow shorts, but there isn't language around. You can wear a full sweatsuit at Pebble Beach, and they allow you to play.
I mean, the weather, I think, has something to do with it, right? Like, we wear these ridiculous wind pants that essentially look like
Yeah, they look like sweatpants.
nylon sweatpants. Like, they're whippy and they're huge and they're baggy. Like, maybe they just gave him the pass because, like, of the wind and the weather.
But then if that were the case, if it were hot as balls, and they should allow you to wear shorts.
Yeah.
You just gonna be able to, like, I have golf pants on underneath these sweatpants. I just wear them because I'm cold. Double layered.
It's interesting. I do think he looked great, and I thought it was really interesting.
Oh, that's
There was-
without a doubt. He looked great.
Yeah, which I think is a big part of it.
And
but
comfortable.
so comfortable.
I don't know if this was an agent thing because we deal with a lot of agents that like speak for their representation or people that they're representing.
Fucking out on agents, man.
They're the worst. Like the way that they kind
You know.
of jump in and they try and, yeah, not good for anybody.
Some agents that I like, but generally.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
can
there's
suck.
some good eggs out there for sure. But we had gotten, I think Brendan got a message the other day being like, do you guys want to do a video with J.R. Smith and Stephen Malbon?
Malbon.
And I was like, yeah, of course. Like a little 2-on-2 something. We'll figure it out.
I also don't know if my pronunciation was right there.
And
I don't either, but I kind of, it's like a mumble.
I'm assuming that Brendan was talking to an agent because he goes, okay, they just have to approve that you guys are like big enough for them to do the video. And I was like,
I bet you loved that.
I was just like, okay. And then he's like, yeah, I think we're all good.
Great.
We're going to do the video.
That's great.
So I don't know if that's just an agent being like, we're just going to see if the numbers are there. It's like, Jesus, dude.
That
was a little aggressive.
That's a very funny way to talk to someone.
And the funniest thing is that definitely doesn't even get back to Malvin or J.R. Smith. There's no way. It's just a guy just trying to make his job kind of worth something.
I think so. Maybe put us on edge a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting that.
It was just a funny back and forth. I don't know. I mean,
gain the high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of annoying.
So I think that might be happening. We'll see.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, it'd be
I
sick.
like J.R. Smith's a beauty.
College golfer J.R. Smith.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
NBA champion J.R. Smith.
Correct.
Right.
I had a cigar with J.R. Smith and Michael Barbuti in the first fairway at Pebble Beach.
Wow.
A year and a half ago, we did that Youth on Course fundraiser thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
And I went out there and played in that 100-hole hike deal.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, there was like this big reception hangout. People were drinking some red wine. And it was like one of those villas that's just to the left of the first tee, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And sure enough, it was like Barbuti, who I'll follow him to the end of the earth.
End of the earth.
And he was
Correct.
like, why don't you come on out here with we got a little crew. I was like, of course I'm going to do that. Went
Fuck
out
yeah.
there, J.R. Smith, I think he was ripping a cigar
Legend.
and had like a glass of wine. And he was the nicest guy on the planet.
Legend.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Speaking of nice guy on the planet, Rory McIlroy, W
Amazing.
number 27. I looked it up. That is 22nd all-time in PGA Tour wins. He is 35 years old, I believe. 39 wins is tied for 10th. So if he could get to 40, which would be 13 more, he would be in the top 10 in all-time PGA Tour wins. He's got 4 major championships. 7 wins would get him to tied for 7th. The reason I bring all those up is because there was a lot of chatter on Golf Channel and whatnot about is Rory or could Rory get to be considered like a top 10 player legend of the game. He did it in really, I thought, about as good of Rory McIlroy fashion as he possibly could have. It wasn't like he was like, I don't know. It wasn't like, it didn't feel like some miracle. It felt like inevitable. It's kind of the way that he played. He talked a lot throughout the week about how he's trying to play more Scotty Scheffler style golf and
Smart.
sense of just
Me
very
too,
smart,
honestly.
very same.
Who isn't?
Insane. But he was like, I make plenty of birdies. I can make plenty of kind of lightning happen out there, but I make too many mistakes. So I'm trying to play Scotty style where I don't make as many mistakes. I think he really only had like the 1 bogey over the weekend, which was on the 8th hole, which Frankie parred that hole. So shout out to Frankie. But he just completely dominated, looked great, played great. Shout out to DK Partner. And a bunch of people tailed me on this, but he was like plus 220 or something like that when I woke up on Sunday morning, looked at the leaderboard, hammered Rory on DraftKings to win. He won, which is awesome. That was a big hit. I went pretty hard on that. And like I said, a bunch of people were texting me, tweeting me that they tailed me on that. So that was very fun. But I saw too, Rory maybe never has or only one time in his career has won before the month of March on tour.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So this is sort of like a hotter start than he usually gets off to. So, yeah, Rory looked awesome.
Yeah, he looks great.
I wonder why that is. Why does he not play well in though?
Well, usually he does
Start of the year.
he said he's
Usually
not a
Dubai,
Hawaii
right?
person, so he doesn't play those couple events. He usually does the Dubai Desert Classic.
That's right.
Doesn't he dominate that, though?
Yeah, he
he's
wins
won
that
like
thing a million
10
times.
times.
But by the
12
time he
times.
gets here, I think it's usually like already February before he really starts playing here.
Roy Green Jacket? Is that what we're talking now?
I was going to go there.
I want to go there bad.
I fucking love that
we got
man,
live
dude.
odds now. DraftKings, what's the odds for that?
I
looked that up.
I wish I would have hammered it beforehand because it's always I get suckered into this.
I'm going to guess, if we're doing like a little closer to the pin, I'm going to guess that he's at plus. I'm going to guess that Rory McIlroy for the Masters is plus 640.
I'm going to say 750.
I'm gonna say plus 1100.
God,
I think he's gonna be up there.
I'm going to say plus 800.
Okay, we're all around
Now
it.
here I am trying to find it quickly.
We get another wagon.
He
drive
might
by
be the
them?
favorite for it, right? Like
No,
Be
it's
Scotty.
Scotty, dude.
It's gotta be
Scotty's less than 3-1 to win the Phoenix Open.
I'm
This
just saying, he had a hand injury. That's all I'm saying.
I can feel it. Plus 1,000.
Wow. All
Yeah.
right. I think Beef wins that.
Yeah, Beef, you were close.
KP, he had a good closest to pin performance last week. By
I
the
did.
way.
I called the total rushing yards.
On the money.
157 on the dot. Thank you, NFL, for not letting Josh Allen have that 1 yard.
That's
That
right.
was
Got me
stunning.
2 points. Sorry, Alex Bush. My apologies.
Yeah, that
I
was.
think he got past it. But yeah.
Have we gone through that yet, or that's on next show? Did we talk about that? We did talk about that.
We did it,
They're
but
close
Beef
to
wasn't
pin.
on
Yeah,
the
we
show.
did that last show. Yeah.
That's amazing. Getting that on the money.
Huge.
Huge. Does that close to the pin that we just did count?
No.
No.
Oh, come on. Why not?
Sorry,
I need some
Beef.
points here.
Sorry,
Tough break, buddy.
That's all right.
Tough.
Life's not fair.
I was gonna do another close to the pin. We're basically doing the whole segment. How many? What do you guys think Rory McIlroy's career on course earnings are at this point?
Oh, wow. On course earnings. This guy's
I'm gonna throw a number out there.
Let's
at you
give
guys.
me 2 seconds. Let's think about. Let's talk
Carry
it
the
through.
10 million. Carry that 10
Guy's been
million.
around
Bro,
for.
he's won the tour
Let me ask you a
championship.
question. Do they count the tour championship in that?
You have
They
to.
have to.
No?
It's earnings. It's 15 mil right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's been winning it since I was 10 million. Like I remember he won it whenever it was, and it was. He's been. The thing is, the point is, he's been around a long time. He's been winning tournaments for a long time. It's gonna be a big number.
Do we have
All
the,
right, so
do we
since-
have the number over there? Do we have it?
Don't say
Don't
it.
say it.
No, I'm not going to say, but yeah, we
don't
have
say
it.
that.
since I was closest, I'll
Don't
guess
say
first this
that.
time. I bet.
Gentlemen.
What
I bet he
what a cocky
has
approach.
147 million. 147 million is my guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Rory McIlroy on course earnings, tour championship counts. Man, he's made some serious dough out
I'm gonna
there.
say.
I'm gonna say 131.
Ooh.
Do you think that we're too high? Do you think it's under 100?
I was gonna go $116 million, which is an absurd amount of money. 116 million, yeah.
I'm gonna go 111 million.
Whoa, shit.
Drum roll,
Tell me
please.
it's a high number.
94,589,348.
Dude, that's so much money to be winning
Yeah.
in tournaments.
94 million.
That's just on course.
That's just on course. He's third. Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson.
Tiger, Phil, Rory, DJ, Scotty.
What's Tiger Woods at?
120,999,166.
But that's back when money wasn't
And
like
he's-
that. Is that
and he's won-
inflation?
Yeah.
He hasn't won in 6 years.
What would that be worth if he went
So
on the run
much
from
fucking
2020?
Oh,
You know,
$500 million.
Yeah, from
I mean, Scotty made
2018 to
60 last year.
yeah.
600 weeks at world number 1.
Dude, imagine
I
he
mean-
did that from 2014 to 2025.
Going
He
back
did
to
that
Right.
twice.
yeah,
600 weeks.
Right.
yeah. Going back to Rory, do you guys think he gets to 40 wins?
Yes.
Is that how many? 27?
That's 13
27.
more.
I think he gets to 40 for sure.
Okay.
Does he get to 7 majors, I think.
Isn't that
is-
amazing that we have to see him lift a trophy 13 more times to get there? And we're like, no doubt. That is
Yeah.
so many times
13
beating
wins
the other
is-
best golfers in the world.
13 wins for a PGA Tour player is a great career.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a career.
Oh, dude. Hall of Fame, baby.
Hall of Fame.
Pretty
I think
close.
10 wins is like a
I
Hall
don't
of
think
Fame
he
number.
gets there because of how they're playing limited events now. He's not playing in like the
You don't think he
3M.
wins 13 more times, dude?
Dude, I don't know. That's a lot.
35
Scotty
years
won
old.
9 times last year.
I think he wins 13 more times. And of the 13, I think there's maybe 2 or 3 that are majors.
So you think he's going to get back on the horse?
I think he'll be, yeah.
Every event's so elevated now. It just feels like such a big moment to win a tournament. And they're not playing in the ones that, I don't know.
He can also go driver 7 iron.
I know he's so fucking
Make
good.
the putt on.
And he's been right
every
there.
That hole is a behemoth. I can't even imagine someone going driver 7 iron on that
Dude,
hole.
when we
going
play that
over
hole,
the trees.
when we play that hole, it feels impossible.
If you make a 6 on that hole, you did well.
it feels impossible to get on a regulation.
And he's playing from
Dude,
way back there.
the fairway looks like, I was gonna say a hair, but I don't know. Are you allowed to say that? I don't know.
you can
Oh,
say
I
whatever
think
you
I know
want.
what you did there.
You already said
You were
it.
going to say something else, then you changed it to that.
Yeah. I
which
was gonna
really-
drop a hard C.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can bleep it out, dude. Bleep that one out.
Hair.
Always fun to have a bleep. He gets people's
totally.
attention.
I agree with that. You might get a beep here, by the way. My smoke detector
You still
thing.
haven't figured that out?
It's very rogue.
No batteries or something?
You guys have been here for what, over an hour?
Yeah.
And you haven't heard it?
No.
So that's my issue is I can't. Sometimes I'm in here
You
for
don't know
days.
which
I
one
don't
it
hear
is?
it. Then all of a sudden I'll hear it. And I
It's
can't.
gotta be that one right
well,
there.
it doesn't happen frequently enough for me to know which one it is.
How are you getting up there?
Just change
The
all
ladder?
So you know what I do? I just leave it.
Does it happen at night when you're sleeping?
I don't know because I don't
Dude,
wake up from it.
Dude, we were sleeping one night. I think I may have said this on the pod because it was so alarming. No pun intended. But our smoke alarm in our bedroom which is kind of weird that we have them. I guess you need one in every single room, right?
You gotta have it.
Pretty much, yeah.
If anything,
Dude,
that's
it's
where
fucking-
you
you
should
make
have it.
sure that you know.
3:00 in the morning. Pregnant wife next to me. Sleep is a big deal. Can't have much anxiety. The whole entire deal. Fucking thing just falls out of the sky and crashes. Boom! And I went, like that feeling of
Could be somebody breaking in your room.
just
Could be anything.
dude, plastic exploding, and then the alarm went out. Wow! I was like, dude, legit, the world ended.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like a good 30 seconds.
That just got you ready for when you have kids. And
Bro,
then
it
it's
just
like,
fell
hey,
out. Just whatever holster it was in, it just dropped. We've been in that house for 3 years. Never
Right.
changed
How
it.
long has that thing been slowly
Just-
removing itself? And you're just living your
Bro,
life, living
I
your
don't
life.
wish that on anybody, that feeling. I honestly think I woke up as it was in the air. Like, my body knew.
You heard the whoosh of air.
you awoke with a clatter.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Christmas
And
time.
it like that could have happened at noon on a Tuesday
happened at, like,
or
3
3 a.m. in the middle of
Oh,
the night.
God.
That's a nightmare, man.
Bad.
So yeah, we might get a beep. We got to talk about Shane Lowry and his aces. Speaking of making holes in one.
Yep.
This segment's brought to you by One
The best.
Protein Bars. I'm holding one right here. Hershey's Cookie and Cream.
We had them on the golf course today. You need them on the golf course. You need them.
So delicious. The Hershey's Cookie and Cream. The Reese's. They're so good. You can get them on Amazon. Is that right, Alex Bushman?
That's right.
You can get these things on Amazon. They get 18 grams of protein, only 3 grams of sugar. This is the only protein bar that has the actual Hershey's flavors from their iconic bars that are so delicious. So check out the One. We're going to talk about holes in one. Shane Lowry might have the best roster of holes in one locations, venues, holes that you could possibly have. He has a hole in one at the 7th hole at Pebble Beach. These are in competition, by the way. He has a hole in one on the 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass.
My God.
And he has a hole in one on the 16th hole at Augusta National Golf Club.
That is as good as it gets.
I
Can't
think
get
so.
better.
Is there any more other iconic par threes that he has not aced?
Well,
What
12.
about? I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, is 12 better than 16?
Maybe the only thing you could argue that would improve that, which is nuts that you could even be having that conversation.
But 16 is like the hole in one hole at Augusta, and to do it, it's like it's the thing to do. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
The ball funnels towards the hole. We have all the shots. We've
Tiger
seen
almost
all
did
that.
it in
If
2019.
someone did it on 12, like in a big moment, it would be outrageous.
I like can't even picture
Has anyone
someone
ever done it?
making a hole in
there
one. on
hasn't
12.
been, I believe, a hole in one on the 12th hole in like 30 or 40 years.
Can we get a
during
fact
the
check on that?
Could be
They're
this
saying
year
maybe
for Shane
3 all
Lowry.
time. Yeah.
Could be this year for him.
I
You
mean,
never
dude,
know.
the year just
That's
started.
the cycle. If he gets that, that's pure and simple. The cycle.
What's another par 3 that we're not remembering?
Honestly, like I don't think there's one at the old course that's as iconic. Like that 11th hole is considered like Eden, but I don't think that's even
No.
close.
No, though. I mean, he's.
So I'm just
hit-
trying to think about golf
I mean, I
courses
guess
that are
if
even
they
close.
aced the par three at Cypress this week, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been a
16th
good one.
hole,
That'd have been money.
16th or
if he did that.
15th. But still, that thing's not on TV in competition.
Yeah.
What do you got,
Chris-
Alex?
It says 3 have done it in competition, but then it says Sepp Straka in 2023. Was that not in
On the 12th hole?
Because there's a list of 4 here.
Practice round?
So that must have been a practice round. So
Substraka,
since then, yeah,
Guy's dialed.
1988 was the last one in
Who was it?
competition.
making leaderboards.
Curtis Strange.
So you're
Can
saying
we
there's
ask
been-
Kirk Minahan if he knows that answer?
I'll text him right
Can you
now.
call
Curtis
him?
Strange.
So you're that's a deep cut there. What are you
If
gonna
he gets that.
What are you gonna
Was
ask
that
him?
1988?
Wait,
What are you
get
gonna
this,
ask him?
get this ready.
How about this is his 3rd different phone number? I have Kirk Minahan 1, 2, and 3.
Get Kirk, call Kirk Minahan, put him on speaker, say you're on fore-play,
Yeah, hold
Live to
hold up
tape,
your-
I'm going to say.
Hold up
And-
your mic to the.
and hold up the mic.
Wait, do you have the? What are you gonna say? What's
When
the?
was the last hole-in-one in competition? No,
I mean, on number 12.
No.
the hell was that? Kirk?
Voicemail? You got voicemail.
Oh, I think we're on your voicemail. Hold on, I'm going to try again.
It was either that or it was the fire alarm.
You gotta ask him. Are they like record? Is he recording a show? We're like 2 hours back. I don't know.
I'm going to say,
4:30.
hi, Kirk. You're live to tape. And I'm going to
Say
say,
in 19. What was the
8:30
year?
Yeah, yeah.
It was 1988. Was
In
the last one.
1988, this man made a hole-in-one
Yeah.
on 12 at Augusta. Do you know who it was?
Yeah, this golfer.
This
in the
golfer.
Masters.
who was it, by the way?
It was Curtis Strange.
Curtis Strange. He's
I
gonna
think
get,
he's going to know that.
dude, that is a
This would
hard
be
cut.
because I think if you just say like when was the last hole-in-one, it's like he could. Maybe if he says Sepp Straka, he's not gonna
Yeah.
know.
This
To
is a
know
hard
this
question.
name would be fucking psychotic.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good question. It's hard.
I think he might be recording something.
But they're 2 hours.
He just texted
Earlier
back
than
and said,
us.
"Did you call?"
It's 8:30 there.
No, they're 2 hours behind.
Oh, we're 2 hours.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
2 hours behind.
we're 2 hours.
He's probably been in
behind.
bed.
Yeah.
Probably
on
was
the
dinner.
coast.
He's been in bed for 2 hours.
He's a big bed early guy.
Did you call? Ah, Kirk.
He goes to bed early.
Well, he gets up.
We got a
early.
trivia
Every morning, people
question,
early
man.
afternoon.
This is what keeps him going. Whatever.
It smells like apple pie.
Must have been what was on that cart out there.
Oh my god, it does.
Started
It
to
does
waft
smell like
up
apple
here.
pie.
Oh, he's calling back.
Trent's gonna
Nice.
start like floating towards it.
Hey,
like
Kirk.
What's up?
You're live to tape on the Fore-play podcast.
Oh, fantastic.
We got a
Hello,
Masters trivia question for you.
Okay, I'll try and answer it.
The last hole in one on the 12th hole at the.
Strange, right?
What did he say?
He's like, Curtis Strange. He didn't even finish the answer. He's like, Curtis Strange. Curtis Strange, right?
You should have asked him the
I
question
know,
the other
I
way.
know,
He's
I
that
know. We
fucking
should have
good.
gone the other way.
Do you know
That's
what year it
correct.
was?
Do you know the year?
88.
You nailed it.
88.
Wow.
1988.
Got
You're a
it.
sicko.
He's got it.
You're the man, Kirk.
That was very impressive. What was that?
It's like a half hour past my bedtime. If I was
Yeah.
That was what we said. We were kind of messed up on our time zones. We thought it was earlier.
We're kind of
but it's later.
discussing the Shane Lowry par threes and how iconic they are, and trying to think of another par three that he doesn't have that could be even better than his list. And we said 12, and it got us going on. Are there even hole in ones on 12? We couldn't even think of one.
It's so weird too because 12 is like, you guys have seen it. It's like 150 yards.
Right.
Yeah, it
Nobody
makes
even
no
goes
sense.
near it.
And when they do that front left pin, it's like a wedge for them.
Yeah, especially now. I mean, Strange is probably like a 6 or 7. But even, I'm sure he would have told you it was a mistake, right? If you did, I'm sure he wasn't going anywhere near.
Right, trying to hit it more conservative. Pushed it.
Probably so. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic
What a
stuff.
pull.
That's really well
good.
done, Kirk.
Fantastic.
That's impressive. How are you? Everything's good?
Everything is fine. Yes, you guys good?
Yeah, we're doing great. We're out here in Phoenix for probably your favorite event, WM Phoenix Open.
Yeah, do they drink beer there?
They do. We checked it out today. Confirmed. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Kirk Minahan, everybody. That's fantastic
legend.
stuff. He cut him off.
I didn't get
finish
halfway
the
through the question.
Curtis
I
Strange,
didn't-
right?
I didn't get
Legend.
halfway through
That's
the question.
insane.
I mean, maybe that is popular golf knowledge because it is the last one. So,
Dude, I don't think so.
I don't think so either, dude.
that's a crazy.
One of the others was an amateur
Wow.
in 1959.
What's his
That's
name?
If you would have gotten that,
William
I would have
Hindham.
puked. I would have puked.
I can't believe he got
I
that
wonder
halfway
if
through the question.
I wonder if the first call when we were on voicemail, he heard what we were going to ask.
No,
Because
no.
he was quick on that.
No,
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 now
no.
you're going
he
over
knows.
That was
Perlman,
so
dude.
quick.
No, if you,
He's a sick.
You got to watch him on the dozen.
he's on. This is what he does. He's unbelievable.
How is your golf trivia knowledge?
Yeah, not that great.
Okay.
Are you trying to recruit?
What
I
are we?
just
What are we
was
trying
not-
to? Like, what's the question? Like,
Well, the dozen, like, we're a pretty bad team, and we're probably the worst
Historically
team.
terrible.
is it just
team.
golf trivia?
No, but that's
If
usually
it were, we would actually have some kind of.
it's usually our.
I'll tell you this: my favorite TV show to watch on television is Jeopardy.
Are you a good trivia guy?
I think of myself as a good trivia guy, but if
This
it's just,
is huge news.
if it's
What-
just golf trivia, I'm
This
probably
is
not the
huge.
guy.
What
Beef.
would your niche category be?
Niche category, you get
Like
to
the thing
pick
that
something
you know
that you
the
know the
most.
best, that you would
For
know
example,
the answer to.
Trent
Can I
went,
think about it in a little bit?
What'd you go?
Big
The
Bang
one
Theory.
show,
Big Bang
Big Bang Theory.
I crush Big Bang Theory
You
trivia.
love that show.
I do, yeah.
Love that show. I got to think about it for a little
Yeah,
bit
take your time.
here.
The best is I'm going back through mine and Kirk's text history just because his number was up, and he texted me out of the blue yesterday at 3:50 p.m. and goes, "That 74-74 MC from Rory at the Masters is going to be real tough this year."
Oh, damn. Because I texted Jeff D'Lo a week or so ago, and we're in for trivia. So
So Beef, I want you to know that if trivia, the dozen trivia, were purely a meritocracy, we would have been out of the league 3 years ago.
Yeah.
correct.
But we win fan vote for
Should you
whatever
guys
reason.
do today's daily dozen?
I have it already up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this right off the bat, Beef, that if you're not a chain restaurant and snacks guy, Dave's gonna be pissed.
Oh, no, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yeah.
No, like that category, because he's got his guys,
Clem and Eddie.
that are like snack. They
They're
know
unbeatable,
everything
dude.
about snacks, and it's Dave's favorite thing on the planet. So if we throw you out there and there's a snack question,
I think I could do pretty well with the snack question. I'm not gonna-
Okay.
I got a question right here.
I don't
So
know
we're
if I want
doing-
to make that my niche, but yeah. I
No.
You
think
don't
I'd be
have
fine
to.
with
That's
that.
their niche.
All right.
But they are the gods at it.
Yeah, they're very good.
I just thought maybe we had like a guy that could go.
Are you going to do some dozen live? You want to
What
go do this
major
live?
sandwich chain currently offers limited time deal where if you order an 8-inch or bigger sandwich or wrap, you can upgrade it to a combo for free after 2 p.m.
Jimmy John's.
Thank you very much.
Come
Beef.
on now.
And then we're just gonna move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy John's is right.
Jimmy John's is correct.
Good job,
So
Beef.
Here we
this
go.
is what
I
I
get
mean.
number
We've got
16.
This,
Pebble Blue.
by the way,
we've got something.
This
to do.
right-
Bootlegger
this-
up there?
you may not know it, but I feel like you might. This is officially a tryout.
I'm a JJ Rewards member, actually.
Here we go.
Jimmy John's.
I love
is
that
there.
about
There's
you.
Go
one
in
right
there,
there.
get pickle cut and quarters, got halves.
I love that about you.
Yeah.
Undrafted out of Oklahoma. This Chiefs run. This is for Beef. This Chiefs running back rushed for over 100 yards and scored 2 fourth-quarter TDs in their win over the 49ers in Super Bowl LIV.
Super Bowl LIV Chiefs running back?
Yes. Undrafted,
Out of Oklahoma.
Interesting.
Oklahoma running backs. What is LIV stand? Is that 50? Super Bowl 50?
That would be 50.
No, probably 54.
54.
This was
54.
Yes.
Chiefs when they played the 49ers, though?
yeah. So no, this was
It was the wasn't it the
This
first?
was-
It was the first time they played Niners when they won.
Yeah.
The one in Miami in
That was
2020.
Mahomes' first Super Bowl. First
Yeah.
that he won.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
the
say it had
first
to be
one,
5
yeah.
years ago.
I don't remember Kareem Hunt going to there. Isaiah Pacheco wasn't there. It had to been. I got no clue.
I think I know it.
What do you got?
Playoff
Look at
Damien.
this.
Damian Williams.
Damian Williams. That could have been one.
That's correct.
Nice.
Damian
Good stuff,
Williams.
Alex is a
Good
big
pull.
NFL
Good
guy.
pull.
The David Stern vetoed Chris Paul to the Lakers trade of 2011 would have been the 3-team deal with Paul Gasol getting sent to what Western Conference team?
Wasn't he supposed to go to the Clippers, I think?
Wait.
Paul Gasol came from the Grizzlies
Yep,
Correct.
that's right.
and was going to the.
You got
Clippers?
you put it in?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Maybe it was Phoenix Suns, though, too, now that I think about it. Who else was in there? We got airplanes flying over.
That's a
Uh-oh.
chopper.
There's a helicopter going by.
Chris Paul was coming from.
I pulled the trigger on Clippers and that was
Wait,
incorrect.
I think
That was incorrect.
Wasn't
He was coming
wasn't
from
Lakers?
Orlando. Wasn't Chris Paul coming from Orlando?
Yeah,
Charlotte.
he was coming from New Orleans.
Yeah.
From
Pelicans.
New Orleans, wasn't it Lakers?
Well, he wanted to go to Lakers, and David Stern said,
Oh, we're talking about the
I don't
We're
know.
talking about where Paul Gasol
Well,
was supposed to go to.
It's a tough podcast
Oh, okay,
segment,
okay.
but
Yeah.
this is kind of a tryout. I'm just going to hit him with a movie one because we generally get the sport ones from here and there.
I got the snack
maybe
one.
not.
I didn't get the other one.
Crush
Grossing
the
over
snap
$250 million worldwide, this 1997 British comedy about 6 unemployed men who formed their own striptease act earned a Best Picture Oscar nomination.
6 men striptease.
British comedy.
It's either going to be Thunder from Down Under. That's Australian, I think.
Yep. Grossing over $250 million worldwide.
Jeez, what year was this?
97.
1997.
Did they redo Magic Mike twice already? I mean, that one was a lot.
British comedy's throwing me off. I have no
Formed
idea.
their own striptease act. Oh!
What?
Oh.
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 No, what's the did they ever make a movie?
Chippendales?
The Chippendales?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Would the British like Chippendales?
I don't know. It's the only thing I
It
can
was an
think of.
SNL skit.
Yeah,
How about this DM I just got?
whatever.
This is from George
I think you're hired.
Kittle.
What?
Oh,
George Kittle just DM'd me. and
Shout out
goes,
to my
shit.
man.
Riggs, that People's Open jacket is fire.
There you go.
love it.
I said, what size, King? I got one with your name on it.
Done.
Is he here in town?
I don't know. Just literally, that's all he sent me.
Iowa legend.
Wow,
Yeah, that's a big one. I'm
Georgie,
telling you, dude, the merch has got the people going.
I can see him in that too.
you're gonna be a good
Dude, you might wear it to a
dozen
game
guy.
next year, you know?
You know college football. You're good.
Was I right? The male strippers question?
You guess what? Would you guess?
I'm guessing Thunder from Down Under, but that was, I think, more Australian.
Thunder from down under. The hell
George
you-
Kittle, my man.
Shout out to Alistair Docherty,
Okay.
tied for
the
sixth.
full Monty.
Ooh.
Yeah, we should have thought about that one, too.
I don't think I would have got that.
I'm
Never
not
heard
getting
of
that.
I'm not getting that.
It's a weird one.
Mr. Docherty, tied for sixth this last week in Panama,
Okay.
where the canal is. About to be American again, it sounds like. He is now 17th in the Korn Ferry Tour Point standings, has to finish top 20 to get his PGA Tour card this year.
Was this a disaster finish for Alistair? Did he have a chance to win this thing?
No,
He didn't.
no.
Okay.
This was sort of,
Did he claw his way back?
he clawed his way back, and then on a very brutal day yesterday, he played solid enough to keep himself in
Okay.
it. He shot, dude, I'm looking.
How many did he finish off the lead?
He was
Four?
four off the lead, 2 strokes back from T2. He shot 2 over, but dude, guys that finished tied 6, there's 2 over, 2 over, 3 over, 5 over.
Yeah, it's a hard day.
Just
Everybody,
tough conditions.
not everybody, but a lot of people played tough. This guy,
But
Tater,
again, another scenario in which like 1 stroke each day
isn't it nuts,
and you
man?
win. He's that close. He's disgustingly close.
He really is.
If you win a Korn Ferry Tour event, you're on the PGA Tour.
If he wins a Korn Ferry Tour event, he would have to play really horribly the rest of the year to not get his
Because you
tour
secure so many points.
Yeah, from
Got
the
it.
points. And if you win twice, it's pretty much a done deal. If you win 3 times, you are the second you putt out for that 3rd victory, you earn your PGA Tour card.
Wow.
Yeah. So winning is huge.
What do you guys think is the TGL equivalent of the Luka trade to the Lakers? That's a joke, by the way.
GL equivalent.
That's a joke.
I would say
Is that something they put out?
I don't know. Did they say that?
they should.
Oh, I saw like Claire Rogers tweet that.
Did
I thought
she?
that's what you were
Oh,
referencing.
no. I mean, it's a funny idea where it's like,
I mean, it's got to be like a Ludwig Oberg or like a Tom Kim at this point, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're talking about a top 5 guy in the league in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are 2 good names.
Going to another team. Like,
right. Yeah, it'd be
Crazy.
Ludwig for Tom Kim. It's so good.
That might be given. I don't know. I would say it's.
I think it's giving. Those 2 guys are both too high up on the same level for.
They could
Anthony
be the
Davis.
Luka in that scenario for sure.
Yes,
But then you got to pick somebody else for the AD scenario.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Because, I mean, AD's still fucking great.
That'd
he
be like
is
a
very good still.
Ludwig for Kisner or something.
No.
I was gonna say that, but it's too mean to AD. It's true.
Ludwig for Max Homa.
Uh,
Does that mean for Max?
No, because AD is still good. He's
right,
just not
Max is very good.
right.
Yeah, it's a
Ludwig
tough
for
one.
Tommy Fleetwood.
The thing on the Luka side
I've
is that
never
he's
won
so
a PGA
young.
tournament.
Luka's 25, AD's 31, so already you're in a weird spot. A big part of it is the age difference.
It's Ludwig for Tommy.
Sure.
Do they profit share in the NBA?
What do you mean?
Like, do all the organizations just share small market, big market? Like,
I'm
does
not,
it
wonder.
really matter where the people are playing as long as the NBA is getting money?
I'm not sure. These are questions I don't know the answers
Well, it
to.
matters if you want to win titles.
You're talking to guys that are the worst trivia team in the
I'm
we
just
don't know
wondering,
anything.
like, is he going to the LA just to play with LeBron James, and then have that be like the storyline?
I don't know.
I don't understand the trade. It makes no sense.
Nobody
to me.
does.
Well, it wasn't
Luka
his
said he
choice,
just
right?
bought a house for $15 million like last week.
Yeah.
He was like hysterically crying. He was getting traded. Who knows? I don't know. LeBron said he knew nothing about it. The GM said, "Well, they said, have you talked to him?" He goes, "Well, no," and he's definitely not going to talk to me now. I just traded his ass.
Jesus.
Jason
Wild.
Kidd looked like he was in shambles. Like, we just lost our franchise, which they
Yeah.
did. But
Dude, how about the clips of the KD and like the Suns like looking?
That
at
was
their
very funny.
phones
That was cool.
being like, oh shit, that was crazy.
Yeah. No, it's one of the most shocking trades in sports history.
sit up there with Herschel Walker.
I forget the specifics of that, but I mean, it's inexplicable is the word that I would use. Trading
Maybe the craziest
Luka-
trade in history might be the Wayne Gretzky trade.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Dude, you got to watch. I think
King's
it's an
Ransom.
ESPN doc, King's Ransom, on it. Trent, it's unbelievable. Like Wayne Gretzky at the height of his powers, who's obviously Canadian, Edmonton Oilers, doing it for Canada, and then out of the clouds, they trade him to the Los Angeles Kings. hockey
Oh, and
team.
wasn't the press conference weird or something?
Yeah, very.
He was like uncomfortable.
The whole
Cleveland
thing.
Browns trading for Watson's pretty bad.
That was a not good trade. Yeah.
That's a really bad trade.
Yeah.
His time there is over, right? He's done.
And then they signed him to like the biggest deal ever.
Right. He's still got 3 years left, doesn't he?
Red Sox trading Babe Ruth, pretty bad trade.
It's a bad
Lasted
one.
for about 86 years.
It's a bad one.
The most egregious thing you can do is trade a young, clearly superstar who hasn't even reached his potential. Luka's 25 years old, and you don't get anything back really. You get one pick, and you get Anthony Davis, who is still pretty good, but he's near the end of his prime.
Mike Milbury made one of the worst trades of all time. He traded Eric Lindros for like 15 people that included a bunch of like all-stars in the NHL. Sorry, I only know hockey stuff.
That's okay.
But also, like, they traded because his cardio was down
Don't care.
and he was putting on some
Don't,
LBs.
don't care.
They don't play defense in the NBA.
I
What
don't
does it
care.
matter?
He could be 400 pounds.
You want to be the most
Don't
electric
care.
person out there. And
He was who Luka is, and he took them to the finals last
does
year.
the guy make you buckets? Yes, he's on the team.
Luka Doncic is a certified bucket getter.
Does he sell jerseys? He's on the team.
Facts.
I mean, Look at Bronny James. That guy does not make buckets, but sold a lot of jerseys for the Lakers, and he is on the team.
Did he sell a lot of jerseys?
I don't know, but he had a career like 2 points per game at USC, and he got drafted.
It'd be pretty wild to see somebody walking around with a Bronny James jersey on.
There's out there. Got
Like
those LeBron lovers. Actually, I think his jersey was like #1 sales like the first week after the draft.
Bronny James.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Bronny James has arenas going nuts when he gets a garbage time layup. Like
That's
Yeah.
because the betting
MSG
odds
went
are
nuts.
the betting odds are like, well, you have over half a point.
Right.
It's like,
Beef.
come on, get in the game.
Beef, what's your take on Liv playing under lights this week?
I like it. I think that should happen more often. Like, it's
I
just
see
such a
it coming,
unique
man.
thing.
Guy doesn't like sweatsuits, but likes golf under the lights.
Yeah, what do you
I
think
don't know
about
where
playing in
you land,
sweatsuits under the
What's
lights?
wrong with it? It's just under the lights. What do you got about?
Spot and Dimes eating. What is it? Spot and Dimes eating onions.
Yeah, this guy's
I'm
spotting
just
down.
saying, like, hey, it's going to be an interesting format, right? Like, you're playing obviously under the lights, so I'm interested to see like how the shot tracers are going to do it. But they've done it in Dubai before. I know
It
it's
looked
not-
pretty. I'll say it's good for social.
Yeah.
It's also you could remember the Brandon Walker effect. It looks like everybody's hitting their ball to the moon.
Does look like you're crushing the ball.
On every
I think
single
Brandon
shot.
Walker hits it pretty far, but
He does.
I do too, but those are like we all know those are a little.
you watch because you're in the Chicago office a decent amount. You watched him swing.
He's
He's
got
got a
some
pretty good
action, man.
swing.
Brandon Walker swings at 121 miles an hour.
Holy shit!
Like, the dude can hit
Dude,
the
he does
ball.
have some
I've been
speed.
begging
We
this
put
guy
out-
to
we
do
put
a
out
Barstool
videos.
Golf.
And literally everybody's like, oh, your simulators are jazzed up. He's got 121 miles an hour coming off the face.
That's
In terms of swing
unbelievable.
speed.
I remember I asked him to do a golf video. He said he only has like a very tight window in the whole year that he can play golf because he doesn't like to be out in the sun. He doesn't like to be out in the heat. He doesn't like to be out in the cold. So it needs to be perfect. It
I'm not going to take full credit for
needs to be like
this.
68.
That's really
It needs to
funny.
be like 68 degrees and no wind.
We
and
just
just
for
gotta-
2
we-
weeks.
And
he's
no
just gotta-
sun.
Yeah.
We just got to catch him on the right day.
Yeah.
He joined a private club this year.
Really?
Oh,
So my first day at the office,
He does have a
goes,
nice
oh,
swing,
yeah,
dude."
you're a golf guy, blah, blah, blah. You know any private clubs in the area that I'm looking to join? And I was like, okay. He lives in the next town next to me. And I was like, here's 3 options. And he's like, you know any of the pros there or anything? And I was like, yeah, here's the GM's
Nice.
name and number and everything. And he joined the club.
That's
Brandon
awesome.
Walker, man. Wow.
For the family amenities. They got pool, they got
Good for him.
tennis.
Good.
need him on a Barstool Golfs. We need that perfect day.
He knows golf. He sneaky knows golf. His trivia and stuff. He's
He's
into
a
it.
trivia. Yeah, he's very
Yeah.
I
good.
would love to do a video with Brandon Walker.
He can hit it far. It's going to be consistency.
So here's an open you guys might not be aware of. The IRS is accepting returns. So now it's the time to get your refunds and an easy way to file with Tax Act. You can't mess this up, folks. This is important, incredibly important. You got to pay your taxes. You got to do it right. It's about that time. It's creeping right around the corner. Tax Act is going to help you out. Paying taxes is nice. I got no issue with that. I think you understand.
Yeah.
We're protected here in the United States of America. You know, you pay for things. You got infrastructure. We got a nice military, all kinds of things that we pay for. Paying taxes is important, fine, but you got to do it right.
Yep, you got to do it right.
I also
Tax Act
wouldn't
does it
wait.
right.
Don't wait till the last minute.
Oh.
That's what a lot of people do.
No.
And then you're hurrying and you're doing all this stuff. Get ahead of it now. Use Tax Act. They will help you. They will make it simple.
Yep, very simple.
They got easy to use software. They have a max refund guarantee, which I you really like to hear that. And they have live tax experts when you need help, and they've got them for all kinds of different levels. Some people know a lot about this stuff. Some people don't know much at all about this stuff. So when you call, when you go get hooked up and file with Tax Act, they're going to have professionals that can help you, that know everything that they need to know. They know the ins and outs. And again, if you need a bunch of information, a bunch of help, boom, no problem. If you just need a little bit, you got a couple things you need to get squared away, that's fine too. They're going to hook you up with the right person. Bang, simple, you're going to get filed. So make tax filing easy this year and go to taxact.com to get your taxes over with. That is taxact.com and get your taxes over with. Have you heard of Gold Belly?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I
Wow.
have.
Yes,
Tell
I
me
have.
about it, please. Pretty please.
So much so that a couple of weeks ago, I said that I want to get Borelli's on Gold Belly. I've been dying to get Borelli's on Gold Belly, and I think we're making headway on it. Just my dad is still figuring out how to do all the packaging. But shout out to Gold Belly. They reached out and they're like, we want this to happen. So in the very near future, I believe, once we nail exactly how we're going to do it, because it is kind of a science. If you're going to send a pizza from Long Island, New York to
Cedar Rapids,
Cedar
Iowa.
Rapids, Iowa, you got to figure out how that's going to happen.
This is crazy. It says like right, the pizza near you sucks. They will ship you New York pizza from John's on Bleecker or Chicago
Done.
deep dish from Lou Malnati's or even New Haven or Detroit style pizza. That's
Borelli's in East Meadow.
Soon to be Borelli's.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
So they
that they do
sent.
that.
I just had a bunch of wings delivered
From
to me
Anchor Bar
from
in
Anchor
Buffalo,
Bar in
New
Buffalo.
York.
I put them in my oven. They send you the instructions. They tell you how to make it, everything, and then you just do it. Car alarm going off. They tell you how to do it, and you make.
We're
I
in
had
Manhattan.
I had
Whenever
buffalo.
you guys brought Manhattan to me.
I had real buffalo wings. I was in Florida, and I made them in my kitchen, and they were incredible.
Buffalo wings, and then it had it had actual buffalo sauce. Like if you want, it came in a bottle. Actual
Yes.
buffalo sauce. They gave us all the sides, blue cheese.
Yes.
and everything was just all right in there, and it was perfectly packed. It's amazing. Goldbelly I've been on Team Goldbelly for a long time. I think that it's a great product. I think it's a great service. The fact that now I think they're on board. Is that why we're talking about them
Go
right
to
now? 'Cause
goldbelly.com, Frankie, and get shipping and 20%
my
off
God.
your first order. Get free shipping and 20% off your first order with promo code 4. So you get free shipping,
which is
free
like the
shipping.
most important part.
And 20% off. That is goldbelly.com. Code is FORE for free shipping and 20% off your first order.
Wow.
Wow. This isn't a segment, but I'm going to make it a segment. I got a few bets for the people this week
Okay.
Please.
at the WM Phoenix Open.
Speaking of segments, and before you get to that,
Uh-huh.
can I make a call to action for the next show?
CTA. Hit him with that CTA, Frankie.
For the next show.
Do we have a phone number yet?
No.
Probably need to get one.
I'm just gonna say look at their socials. We'll figure it
Okay.
out.
All right.
We are going to do From the Gallery, and the first one of the year that we'll do. We always tease From the Gallery. The first official one of the year
One
that
of
we
our
will
bits
do
that we do.
will be on Thursday's show. We record on Wednesdays.
Yep.
Today, when this podcast comes out, go to our socials on the main account of fore-play, wherever it is. Usually, go look on Twitter.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll put it on Instagram stories as well. We're looking for voicemail version of From the Gallery. So
It's a new
it could
thing we
be
invented.
It's a new thing that we invented. The podcast. We want to hear your voice. We read the emails. They're great. Sometimes they come and go. I want to hear you guys' stories. Give us a great story. Alex Bush, the team behind the scenes, they'll listen to the best ones and present them to us on
Yeah.
the show. Might be hard because we're in person.
I was going to say, do we want to wait till Tuesday's show? Because then we'll be in person. I can play them for you. And we'll have time to set it up and get a bunch of them in.
We could also just say we're going to do it Thursday and then just not. We do that all the time
Well,
From the Gallery.
you're saying it's probably going to be easiest when we're all on
Do
Zoom.
that every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I can literally play them for you so
Right.
you guys can hear them. And we'll
Yeah,
have time
then
to
this will give them time.
get a
We'll,
bunch of
we'll
them.
get a bunch in.
So we're not going to do them for this week.
Okay, good. Nice.
But we are going to open up the voicemail line this week. Okay?
Yep.
So that's just a new thing that we're going to be doing.
We'll put out the
I
number.
wanted to do it for this because maybe it could be like waste management themed and we can get people geared up.
Stories.
Yeah,
we
ready
can,
to
but
rock.
we can theme it going forward. You know.
True. We also could just play
We've also
it.
had some all-time, not voicemail shows, but call-in shows.
We also can just play it in real time
That's what I was
wherever we
thinking.
are, and then when he edits it, he can put in the good audio for the people
All
listening.
right, let's go back. Maybe we do it this week.
We could just play it on a little thing right here.
Okay.
I think we commit to doing it, and
I
then
wanna
if we
commit.
don't do it, it's very normal for us.
I want to commit.
Okay.
I was
want-
just also thinking we can get a bunch in if we have a few days.
Let's get a bunch in today.
We got to get a number.
Yeah, dude, it's coming out. Just go look, bro. Even if we get 4,
We
that's
laughing
enough
at
for the
Jerry.
show.
Okay. All right.
I want it waste management themed. I want it
He's laughing about something.
buddies trip themed. I want
What are you
questions.
laughing about?
We want the best from the gallery that's going to spark a debate on this show.
Okay. It is amazing. We've kind of been on either side of this, just haven't done voicemails. Like you were saying, we've done live shows
Dude,
where we would have people call in
those are our biggest banger shows we ever did.
People
Remember the
like
Masters
Behind the
one?
greens.
behind the greens.
That guy snuck in and like took a flag.
All right. So look out for that
Did you ever
number.
call in? The way you
No.
looked at me. Okay.
No.
That would've
Look
been
out for that
unbelievable.
number on our socials.
Remember
and we'll
people
try
were
to do it this week.
impaling deer at the
I do remember
Memorial
that.
Tournament?
I do remember that.
Remember that?
That's right.
The guy was
right.
telling that story. They got like horrific fences and they
Yeah,
were
the fences
impaling
are
deer.
the fences have huge spears at the top of them. They would just
Beef
find
goes
deer
Jeep.
just on top of the yeah.
It's
Good
like a
answer,
little
Pete.
lunging,
Gee.
like off with your head type of thing.
Yeah.
Fucked up shit, man. This guy was telling.
Go to
he works
the
in, like,
new
outside
segment about
crew.
bets here.
New segment about bets. I got 3 bets that I love. One of them's not really, people are going to say, you didn't go out on a limb, which I never thought that was a prerequisite. But I'm going to go into the first 2. Sahith Theegala, top 10. What do you think those odds are?
I think he plays well here. Plus
950.
Whoa.
That's really high, isn't it?
Plus
Top 10,
300.
just to top 10.
Just a top 10. I'm gonna go. No, you said 950.
Yeah.
750.
300.
He's plus 320.
Yeah, no, that's good. I fucked
Finish
up.
inside the top 10.
Those are good odds.
I went Sahith Theegala. He is, by the way, I'm going to look it up right now. He is
because if he's like a top 15,
he's 19th in the world.
Okay. Top
And
20.
there's not everybody's here, so he's probably a top 10 guy rankings-wise in the
Right.
field. But anyways, he's plus 320 to finish top 10. Sepp Straka,
Just an absolute stud.
machine right now.
Don't
to
ask
finish
us.
top 10?
Just tell us what it is. I don't want us to
It's
keep
gotta be
embarrassing
minus.
myself.
To finish top 10, he's plus 310.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like easy
That
money
feels
for me.
like a lock.
And then I picked Scotty Scheffler to win. It's horrible odds.
Chalk.
Plus 280. But I think he's won here, 3 times already? Twice maybe?
Scotty Scheffler's plus 280. The second best odds plus 1200. Justin Thomas.
Really?
Yep.
JT plus 1200.
Yeah.
And that's the second best odds.
Yes. 12 to 1.
I would understand that if Scotty had won at Pebble. Those are crazy odds.
280 is nuts. But I'm taking it anyways.
Yeah.
I just think he's going to win. He's got a tournament under his belt. It felt like he was, at one point I watched him be like, this is so frustrating when he spun one off the green. And he still finished, tied for 7th or something?
He played well, yeah.
Looks like he was miserable and couldn't play golf, and he barely lost.
Are we going to see another?
I just tailed
9-win
Saw
year?
hit the gala top 10.
Come on, Frank.
I'll do it. I'll get on
That's
that
awesome.
too.
I love
Come on,
Sawhead.
boys.
Is he playing in
We're all
TGL this
tailing
week
it?
though?
I'll tail it.
Come on, get on, Beef.
Who's
get on
playing
board.
TGL tonight? What same team?
He's not playing. Jared says he's not
It's
playing.
his team, but he's not playing.
Jared, who was giggling earlier, won't tell us why.
Any more bets?
Those are the ones that I have. Those are the ones that I circled on my.
Love it. Love it. New segments. Voicemails, bets. Maybe we'll start a newsletter. We're thinking about
That's a
it.
great idea, Trent.
We had a call in today.
What's that?
We had a call.
True. Kirk
We
was
did
on
have a
the
call
show.
today. That was a new segment too.
He called in.
Phone a friend.
Yep.
Yeah, we did that.
Pretty strange. Couldn't even get the question out.
I'm so hungry. It's actually a problem.
How
You
long have
know?
we been going here, Alex Bush?
Hour 12.
We got up to one of the refreshment zones here at the Waste Management Phoenix Open Pro-Am today, and the guy who had just teed off right in front of us, his hole 15,
Yeah.
had just teed up in front of us, he grabs a bag, looks down in disbelief and goes, "Those are some amazing sandwiches you guys are about to go eat." I said, "Holy shit. Holy shit."
I was fired up
That
about the
reaction was,
sandwiches.
we were starving. 6-hour round. So he went out of his way to be like, these
Look me in the eyes.
These sandwiches that you're about to go eat
Look me in the eye.
are insane. So we go over to this sandwich spot. The guy has a bunch of them on the plate. And we notice that it's just the most simple
Bread,
turkey.
cheese, and turkey.
and American cheese
Does sound
on
like a good
a
sandwich.
little Hawaiian roll. Still fine. And we eat it, and I look around, I'm like, is this guy fucking kidding me? And as we're looking in disbelief to each other, like, this can't be the sandwich, the guy who was making the sandwiches was like, I just ran out of the good stuff, and I had to get to one of his other workers. I just ran out of the good stuff, and I had to get something together for these guys. Couldn't believe it. We were the last ones.
So you guys missed the good ones.
And then I was wondering if the guy who looked me in the eyes knew they had run out of sandwiches.
Yeah.
And looked at me and said, "We just had some of the best sandwiches ever," knowing that
Do
I
we
was
know what
then
the good sandwich
We have
was?
no idea.
no idea.
It's just a mystery.
We'll never know.
I'll never know.
I'll never
That's
know.
good stuff.
I think it's
you-
what
if
we
you're
had
working
earlier
waste
in the
No,
management
because
and
those
you-
guys hit that also.
Oh, true.
That is good stuff. Yeah, I'm
Man.
kind of. Yeah,
Who will ever know what the good sandwich was there?
We'll never know.
I had some pigs in a blanket today
Those
Were
are
they
so
good?
good.
with a little mustard sauce.
Oh yeah, they hit every time.
Oh my god,
Whoa.
phenomenal! Absolutely phenomenal.
Were they mini pigs in a blanket or the big ones?
Mini.
That's
Mini.
awesome.
Yeah, so you got
I might have had 7.
You got to
of them.
watch out.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
that. Yeah.
Right.
Those are real easy to pop right in the mouth.
I'm so excited for this week, man. This is such a great event. There's a lot of energy already. Weather's perfect. Monday was awesome. There are a lot of people out there. There's like a club-like environment. There were people heckling you guys pretty good.
There were 27 groups today in the Pro-Am. Where do you think we finished? Trent, myself, a couple of the guys from Body Armor, and Todd Demsey.
I'm just gonna say 27.
22nd.
We can't be DFL, can we?
25th.
Trent had a birdie on 18.
We were 7 under. We shot 64. Shamble. The winning group was 17 under, 54.
All right.
Patrick Fishburne was their pro. Chris Goddard up in second place.
Was Fishburne the one that lost in the playoff when we hosted that event?
Oh, he may have been.
Fish something, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Fish?
I think that's right.
Is that right?
Oh, Kevin Streelman was out there.
Oh, the man of
The
Streel.
man of Streel was in the mix.
That's a nice name. What a nice guy he is.
Yeah.
Bought me dinner one time. Told you guys that. No need. No, you even know me. Just bought me dinner.
25th. All right.
The Mastro.
Something to improve on.
25th?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we finish at the Tory? Not good either.
I think we did all right out
We
there.
did all
We were
right.
better there, I think.
We also didn't really follow the rules. I played my own ball because we were doing
Oh, yeah, true.
like a social video, hitting every single shot. That's coming out. When's that gonna? Wednesday or Tuesday? Maybe. We don't really know.
Think
Next
I'm
2
knowing
days.
A lot of beef chants out there, my man.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
beef.
Everybody was loving the beef out there.
We were we were just not cucking, but
Edging.
edging. We were edging people with beef content.
Yeah, we were.
We're just like you're lurking in the distance, and we're about to give it to them.
I made one poor swing on 16.
You had to though.
Cold as a bone.
We threw you into
15
the fire.
yards short.
It's all
Would I
right.
do it again tomorrow? Sure.
Dude.
was a
The
great
reason
day.
why I think that's good is because you might be taking a shot on Wednesday. I don't know the official. I haven't gotten word yet, but you might be taking a swing on Wednesday.
Shot of glory.
Yeah,
In the Pro-Am?
I think beef. No, like at the Shot of Glory. I think beef's got to be in that thing.
I
Shot of
agree.
glory.
Like, dude, there's like the whole place goes nuts, and you're just
Rick's
man in
told
the
me-
arena type shit.
Rick's told me finished second.
One year I finished second in that.
Wow,
Alexandra O'Loughlin beat me. She hit it
wow.
closer than I did.
Wow.
I made a text today. I said I think beef's got to be like after seeing the reaction today. Beef's a superstar.
Yeah.
If beef goes out there and is at the Shot of Glory and puts one to like 5 feet, and that's not putting any pressure. Like you don't have to hit it to 5 feet. But
No,
Yeah,
no
no pressure.
pressure.
No pressure.
just I think that you will.
But if you did do that, it'd be awesome.
This is like,
Wanna
you know.
try?
That's all you can do.
We're gonna see. Hopefully they put him in. If not,
How long is this hole?
I don't know. Do they put it from the same tees we played it today?
Yeah.
like 135.
Yep.
All right, I want my shot back at that hole.
I want to say I
It's
hit
like-
like
it's
a
like
9
number
iron or
7
so
for
when
you.
I played
Yeah.
it. So it was 135, 140, something
Yeah,
like that.
I had a 9
Alright.
today. Yeah, man. I'm smelling some food.
Yeah, they're starting to do that thing where they're sending the smells up, you know,
Yeah,
get you out there eating.
I'm ready to
Doing that
rock,
eating.
man. It's been a good conversation.
It's been nice. All right. I think we're done here. The tent. We got all kinds of merchandise in there, really cool stuff. George Kittle wants a jacket. We're going to get him a jacket. So that's one less that's available. There's only 100. That's one less. There's all kinds of vehicles out there on this day.
Fast and Furious movie happening in Scottsdale. Are they filming one?
Really?
I think they might
Scottsdale
be.
Drift.
Fast and Furious 27 we're on
yeah.
now.
They're filming one.
Vin Diesel's here at this
Yep.
at the WMPO this year. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks to all of our partners. Thanks to all our behind the scenes guys. We'll see you out there this week. We'll see tons of people. Come say hi. Grab some merchandise. Check out our stuff. We'll see you Thursday. Hit it hard.
Hit it
Hit
hard.
it hard.
Hit it hard.